Hi, this is Emily. So, a lot of people I think are all confused about my own personal account. This is my personal account. I started pretty much out of needing to document my memories because I noticed that my memories weren't all together. It comes in gaps. It wasn't until I started working that I started really noticing there's a actual problem. Years ago, I grew up in an area, it was a little more run down. I remember I had an ex-boyfriend, they used to make fun of the area I lived in. I grew up well-to-do. My dad worked at Roar. He worked at Roar, later on became BF Goodrich, and then United Technologies. He worked as a computer guy. He worked with the engines. He made really decent money, but my mom was taking care of me because I had disabilities growing up. We had a pretty good upbringing. I mean, he was a gardener sometimes. He had his own Mike's gardening service. He had a logo on his truck, and we would go out, and I would rake my hands out, so I had blisters. My brother would work with him. We worked really hard, but I usually try to push away memories and march forward, especially memories that are bad. Like, I try not to think too hard in the past, but I had an ex-boyfriend find me on like Instagram, and he was trying to get all friendly and even through the phone. And years ago, I remember he used to make fun of my area. He used to like make fun of my beliefs, and this guy is like twice divorced, attempted suicide like 3 times. I remember I had to go to Kaiser Permanente to go see a therapist, and at that time, that cost a lot of money through pocket to do, and me and my dad had the same therapist. That sucks, okay? This guy's young, named Dr. Macy. I go there. It was like talking to a guy at a bar, like Joe Blow here, and he was always pushing me to maybe just go on more meds. He even threatened I should go on more meds. And I was on Depakote and Wellbutrin then, and a bunch of like antidepressants, and it wasn't good for me at all. And my dad got kidney disease from lithium. And I was just paranoid, like maybe I should go on less doses and things. And he talked about beliefs and spiritual beliefs. He's like, oh, you'll never be like your parents. Like, he had this attitude, the nerve, and after that, I didn't want to go see a therapist like ever again. It was so bad. And he was fired out of Kaiser later on, and I was like, good. No, that was really bad. I'm more like, I did grow up Christian. I had Jenna Sotelo. I grew up with her and her family Sotelos. My dad worked with Carlos, and he was working at Roar. He lived in BF Goodrich, and we go to home fellowship there, and we liked Jennifer Knapp, and we liked American, like the American Girl books, like those old books from years ago. A little more than I can give, a little more than I deserve on earth is holiness I don't deserve. Little more than I can give, little more than I deserve. Yeah, yeah. I kind of have a memory of that, and my memory's not that bad. Jennifer Knapp, lesbian, similar. Yeah, I know all of that. I grew up with that. Relient K, Harvest Crusades, going out to lots of events growing up, and I know. I started noticing my brain really is not invincible, and I'm not 25 anymore, I'm 33. So down the line, I'm glad I actually documented certain things, because a lot of things just go, you forget, you push it, and you realize it was bad. And I had to really like cry out and go to my faith again, because I had so much pressure on jobs, dealing with things going on, complaints from customers and chefs that don't know how to do things right in a job, and they're just, a lot of bad things go on, and I always had to go through so many different jobs and just job changes that, what am I going to turn to? I'm not going to, you could go sing live, you could go for a walk, go for a jog, go on your bike, go for a workout. It's really not going to last. It's like eating a burrito, you eat it and it's done. So I had to really turn to my faith. But like, if I had my own record label, it'd be like Shattered Glass Records here, because I am all over the place. It's a mixture of, I think, bipolar disorder or something else, but maybe just a different form. Doctors and therapists never really have a name for it. It's like with my stomach problems, like autoimmune, there's no real name for IBS. It's just kind of like, oh, here's some meds they'll throw at you and figure out your life yourself. It's your own way. And like, I don't like therapists. I don't like these really therapists. They're really, no. I could never do that again. No. It's a waste of money. And I don't even have money to throw right now to people because I've had job changes. I've had different things going on. I had to pay for hospital care. People, they don't get it. I know, it's hard. But like, I'm going to be straight honest. I grew up pretty decent. I know friends of mine who grew up in apartments. They grew up in broken homes, divorced homes. There was really dysfunctional problems with divorce, very broke, down to nothing, always asking me for handouts. I remember growing up because they could barely even afford to get like a tube of lipstick or like some liquid foundation. It's like, oh, can you buy this for me, Emily? Buy me some liquid foundation for me. Emily will buy it. It was more like, because I always had the dough and I grew up like more dirty, not dirty South, but like more, you know, struggling kind of a community. And I don't really judge those kind of people because you don't know what they're going through. They could be divorce, awful abuse, people, yeah, it's bad. People get trapped for years in that. I can never go back to that. No way.